Checking 1, 1, 2. I am here on YouTube and Facebook doing some mixing. We just had the Nod to Pops Quintet. David Jellema, Mike Sailors, John Sheridan on the piano, Phil Spencer on the bass, and Paul Schlichling on the drums. Let's go ahead and drag this up here. And this is the audio session. Let's see. It was 7.24 gigabytes. Everything was recorded at 24 frames per second. Excuse me. 24 bits per second, 48 kilohertz. So we got a little maybe Mike Sailors right here. Old David Jellema. Are you guys hearing the stereo pan like I am? So, I think that first channel is Mike for sure. Sounds like him. Yeah. Let's go to piano. So the first thing we're doing in Reaper is setting the pan of each channel, and then I go through and adjust the volume. That's how I like to do it. Sounds pretty great. I'm going to double click down in that empty space in Reaper and drag that up. You can just kind of drag and drop that empty channel. Track color, one random color. So you just drag and click and hold, and you can move around that channel. And if you click this little plus button down here, it creates a parent folder, and everything beneath it is a child. Probably needs to be a little louder, huh? Check, check, 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, check, 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 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, check. How's the internet doing out there tonight? We're going to call this piano bus. A little more bass in my voice. Check, check, 1, 2. Check, check, 1, 2. Check, check. Yeah. So this is just the piano mics at the moment. So let's go to the bass mic and solo that. With bass, I never like to go more than 5 or 7% in either direction. It makes your speakers kind of swim left and right. It's kind of strange. Just a little bit closer on this mic. Maybe point it towards my chest a little more. Put this like there. That's probably a little bit better. Check, check. 1, 2. What's up, Internia? Rough start. Nice. Bass sounds pretty good, honestly. Oh, you guys are seeing all that I'm doing over here. I'm gonna move this down to my laptop. Split off YouTube comments here. Hey John, how's it going, man? You guys should go to my YouTube channel. I'm about to do this and do that. Somebody singing?
And everybody wants my baby, but my baby don't want nobody but me.
Yeah.
It's plain to see when my baby kisses me upon my rosy cheeks. I just let those kisses be. Don't wash my face for weeks. Everybody
So I'm going to double click down
baby,
here
but my baby
and
don't
drag
love
this.
nobody but me.
Let's create another
Nobody but me.
color for that. This is mixing in Reaper. It's one of my favorite softwares. It's free, open source. If you're doing professional work like I am, you pay for a license. But as far as audio editing waves and all this stuff, it's pretty amazing. Hell yeah. And so I'm going to call this drum bus. As you can see, overhead left, overhead right, and then kick. So we'll solo that. And the placement of the overhead seemed pretty natural to me. There's a whole theory that you should mix drums as the audience would hear it. And then there's another theory that you should mix drums as the drummer would hear it because the audience doesn't know. And when drummers hear a recording, they'll like it more when you put the hi-hat on the left and the ride and the floor tom on the right, kick in the middle. Whereas if you do that with the audience, even if they're seeing it from the stage or whatever, they don't really have that much influence or notion of what it is. I'm enjoying a ranch water blue agave seltzer. I don't know if you guys can see this. It's grapefruit. It's not really that amazing, but it's okay. Drums sound great. Is that my computer making noise? I'm gonna turn the compressor down and maybe the gain down and then turn up my... Wow, this is really getting... I guess I'm just going to get the mic a little bit closer. And then we're going to get into the thick of mixing. It's about to fall over. Someday I'll have a better setup for this. It seems pretty balanced. Whoa. Lots happening over here. That seems like in a good place. I pretty much keep it in the same mic placement with the drums, Halton. Wow. I think if you hold shift and then up arrow, it scales the visual representation of each waveform without actually raising the volume. Shift command spreads the actual lane. That's right. So if I go all the way down, it's pretty quiet right now. Those brushes sound great though. Let's add the bass in with the drums. I love this old MXL 990 microphone. I've had it for 10 years. It's been through hell and back. And it sounds great. Let's mute the horns for a second. So I'm now saving you guys the time of me building compressors and EQs for every single instrument. I went in and went to a few past live stream sessions that I've done like this and created little FX chains that save everything. So we're gonna go to Monk's piano, and I've got a very light compressor. John played pretty light tonight. With the EQ, I'm just pulling out all of the subtones. Tonight I can probably bring a little bit more of that in there to get a little more bass, and then just kind of creating certain harmonics that I'm pulling some piano out. I might do a little bit less aggressive of that tonight, and I'll bring back a little bit of those mid high lows. If you press the shift key as you drag left and right, it changes how narrow of the cue is what they call it, or bandwidth, that it affects that node. That's what that looks like if I'm holding the shift key right now. Sometimes messing with these EQs is so much fun. This is all just the piano mics. A little bit more high end. Or you know what? I might take some high end out and give him some punch around 6,000. I think that's what those old vintage mics used to do. I'll take just a little bit more of this. I'm gonna hold the shift key and spread this out right here. I'm just going by feel and visual. There's no science behind the places that I'm choosing to put these multiple harmonics of reduction, blah, blah, blah. Let's go to a loud moment. Let's see, we can use the shift key and up arrow to find it. So the microphone pot for the left mic was 1 or 2 clicks lower than the right. So we're sitting at 0 dB there and negative 4 dB there. Let's do about 2. 60 to 70 to 80% pan. Let's give the left hand a little bit more than the right hand, just because that's where he was in the video. Great sound of pan tonight. And so with all that said, it's kind of a low compressor, light, slow. Sounds okay. To the bass, we will add. Oh yeah, I tried this plugin, didn't really work. Recently used. And I'll say cancel. I'm gonna right click, FX chains, and save this as the bass. Taking more of those subtones right out, choosing a place or two to just take out some harmonics. You exaggerate them at first. Whatever sounds most offensive, you pull out just a touch. It's kind of rough mixing. I'm not like I don't have a crazy studio. And I always like to give a little boost to 800 or 900. Thank you, Ryan Alfred. This is all just bass mic, I think. Yeah. It's so funny on Reaper, when you go past the bottom line, it turns into sort of like logarithmic thing. I kind of like that. Well, you can see by the orange or yellow already doing that. So why don't we just go a little bit more. I'm gonna hold the shift key and that changes the, if I hold shift, there it is. My keyboard hasn't been working that great. But that changes the bandwidth and severity of your adjustments. So we're gonna go back a little bit. So that fall off is right about here. Let's go just a hair beyond that. And I'm gonna create one more band and give it a little bit of help right there. I think something like that for the bass mic is going to be good. How's it working out there? Looking good. Yeah, just a touch of help right there. If I double click that, it goes away. If I double click it, it comes back. Just a little bit of help. Right there. And then the compressor. Still hitting 1.7. Let's go to 1.5. It's a lot of space in that room. Funny. Drums. I'm gonna go to effects. Oh, he was singing that song. Dun, dun, dun. So I'm gonna right click and go to the effects change I've already made. Drum bus. Way too compressed. Let's go to like 1.3. Oh, the attack is way too high. Let's go to a 10 millisecond attack. Much better. So we got some toms and moves. Let's see. In Reaper, I'm gonna press Command Shift S, and that's gonna save as Command Shift S. Maybe it's Option Command S. Yes. Version 1 video sync. Taking this a little bit too far today. That's okay. Wait, did I split the files? There we go. Probably still save that. Yes. Dun, dun. So I can create a little loop right here. You go down here and press loop. Shift key to make it a smaller bandwidth. So that's the snare. High toms right there. Low toms right there. I'm just going to do little tiny spikes out of here. Kind of control the toms a little bit. I almost want more fundamental and less harmonics. I'm going to add a band right there and take out some of these harmonics that I'm only guessing live right here. I like leaving the fundamentals and taking out some harmonics. Too much kick on. That was here. Right click, kick drum. Just a basic thing to get a little more thump. Let's just reinforce the fundamental that's already there. Just a little bit. Sounds a little warbly right here. Spread that Q out a little bit more. It's amazing how isolated that kick sounds. There's literally nothing else in the room in that kick drum mic. Insane. So this is just the overheads. Not much kick at all. Now I'm gonna unmute the kick drum, and that's gonna blend into this track. Let's start back over here. I mean, you can hear some kick. I can mix it in it, but it's more of the longer overtone thing. Command Z, 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 Z. That's where I was, I think. But now I'm gonna bring Command Shift Z, brought it back one stage forward. Now I'll bring the kick back in. No kick, and now kick. It's really got some information that you really want. It's gonna be very subtle, and we're currently at negative 13 dB. Probably pretty good. Let's bring it down to negative 3 dB there and turn up the right hand channel. And now for some horn stuff. So this is just the horns. Let's give them 50% left and right. It's a great show, guys. Can we break 1,000?
Leave it a tip. Do you know what you might pay for?
Leave a tip. My whole PBS fundraiser nonsense is so silly. Well, let's listen to the mix, and I'll take the piano bus, drum bus, and bass. We'll bring them down 2 dB. And I'm going to mute the vocal for now. This is just little caravan. I'm gonna go pee. I held Shift and Command, up arrow, and that stretches everything out. Select on this track. It doesn't, it just centers on the view. That's strange. Shift and Command, up arrow. That's my phone. So, man, these guys traded so many fours and stuff. So I have an effects chain for horns. One's horn. That's a compressor. And so for EQ, I'm just pulling out a bunch of low information, giving a little bit of that. This is a compressor. It's barely hitting the compressor. Oh, it's hitting the compressor heavy, but yeah, he's consistently hitting there. Let's see if I will shift in the down arrow. That's all the way, and that's where I recorded at. Holding the shift key. No. You can change the zoom settings in the Reaper preferences. Somewhere down here of appearance, media, waveforms. There's a bazillion things that Pro Tools and other people don't give you. It's pretty awesome. So he's definitely hitting that compressor. I'm gonna hold shift and nope. Now we can really see what's happening. I'm gonna shrink this down a bit. Let's go to here. So we've got a little EQ, got a little compression, and then I've got ozone on there maximizing. Just giving a little bit of oomph. So I'm just playing with the pan right here. I'm gonna bring Jelly's mic down a little bit. Mike's mic up a hair, and then when I drag and drop, it's too far panned. Let's try 35%. And I'm gonna drag the effects that are right here on the right trumpet to the left trumpet. So now I need to bring left trumpet volume down about 2 dB. Yeah. And then give this like a 1.3. $1.297. That's pretty close to 3. I have this maximizer thing. I was riding that piano mic all night in the live session. Let's give the bass a little bit less. What if I mute the drums? The drums are in everything. That's drums clean, if they were in a booth, maybe. This is the drums and everything else. That's the bass mic. Piano mic has a lot of drums. Horn mics has drums, so drums are always roomy in this room. Sounds great though. So if I go Command M, this pulls up the mixer, and if I click on the red, Let's see where they're speaking, or I'm speaking.
And that is jazz. So we're very grateful that you're here tonight and watching us. We're going to continue now with
What's buzzing?
a couple pieces.
It was my computer charger that was buzzing.
And that is jazz. So we're very grateful that you're here tonight and watching us. We're going to lip service to some tribute to.
So I'm
both,
going to X out of this, and with no limiter or anything, I'm going to save that. Option Command R. Yes. That's render entire project. Sure. Directory is the original directory. Video sync. We'll keep it at 48 kilohertz, and we'll turn it from 24-bit to 16-bit. Apply and render file. And so it's now rendering at 33 times real time. So there's the video session. Let's go ahead and open up the Final Cut sessions. 80 gigabytes between 4 cameras, so each camera gets about 20 gigabytes. That opened over here. Drag it here. And so as I was importing, I finally learned how to label each camera angle. So we'll sort by that. And so here's each of the drum camera angles. And now we're at piano. The wide angle. And then the zoom and close up. Oh, we got a little peaking. 1.5. How's Facebook land and all you guys? So now that I get a basic mix of the audio going, I create a video sync version, or I name that, so that it creates all these waveforms. And then when we look in Final Cut, you can see some waveforms right here. That's the waveform that the camera microphones picked up. You see this sharp angle right here. So when you use the audio that you mix and master and do all the stuff with in Reaper, and then drop it into Final Cut, in with these files, we're about to create a multicam clip. And it's going to use audio for synchronization. And you can see all these peaks and valleys. That was the beginning of the piano stuff. See this peak right here? It's going to use the audio that we're rendering right here to automatically synchronize everything. Hopefully, we won't have to adjust more than 1 or 2 clips. Some nights or some shows, it's better than others. You could try to reset it like 5 times. And it just will not sync up. So it's almost better just to do it manually. Like, expect that it's not going to work automatically the first time. And you go in, you shift a few around. Instead of trying it over and over again, you just know that 3 or 5 are going to be out of sync. And it's going to be that way. So I'm going to save version 1. Video sync is what it's called. Go to Finder, into the audio session. I'm not renaming it now, but now that that's there in Finder, drag and drop it in a Final Cut. And I'm just going to select everything. First, what I'm going to do is create a new project. Z nod to pops. Main 25 frames per second. 1080. All this stuff is right. 48 kilohertz. And now I'm going to drop the nod to pops in there. And this is our audio. Pretty loud to me. Sounds okay. So if I turn down this is just what the computer hears. And then if I plug in my studio monitors, there's no weird lag delay like there was last time. I made the kick drum way too loud. But that's what you do when you mix on headphones, right? Let's see, how long have I been live? 37 minutes. Okay, not that long. So we're going to take the audio track that I just created. Oh, I should not have done that. Is it going to use the whole audio track? Yes. This, and then all of the tracks. Right click. New multicam clip. Multicam nod to pops. Use audio for synchronization. Angle assembly will be camera angle. Angle clip ordering will be content created. Angle synchronization. I've used content created and it's messed up the last 2 or 3 times I've used it. So I'm going to try automatic. It might have its own thing. All those settings are correct. And I'll press OK. And now it's actually rendering faster than normal. Maybe the clip ordering for content created and all the other weird settings. So I'm going to double click. And we are about to see this session. I think it's Control Option 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Control Option 2. It's so much better when I mix with the So we're looking at the drum angle, and we're going to bring that fourth. Wide angle will be first. Wide, piano, drum, zoom. That's how I like to do it. That seems to be in sync. So, what are we looking at here? I want to make sure you guys see what I see. Okay. You see what I see. So, we've got angle 1, which we've not named, and that's the audio track that we just mixed in Reaper. And we've asked that to synchronize with all the things that we named. Drum angle, piano camera angle, like it says right here, and wide camera angle here, and zoom close up. As I was importing them, I figured out how to like select multiple, and I went in and found this field called camera angle. It wasn't originally there, but I said apply custom name, whatever. All this stuff takes customization when you get into it. So I took all these tracks and took the audio waveform, 90 minutes, took all these little, is duration on here? Yes. 31 minutes, 31 seconds, 19 minutes, 5 minutes, 19 minutes, all that stuff. And so it took all of the drum angles and aligned them right here. Wow, it seems loud. And so what we're going to do is listen to the audio of angle 1. You can disable the audio right here, as well as the video. But video you can't disable, you have to select one. So this is the wide angle. And then up here, I'll get rid of this. It doesn't seem to be in sync. What happened? Why would that happen? No matter what you do, any way that you try it, as you can see here, these waveforms are not lined up. Why? Every single time. Let's try this peak right here. Not lined up. Ugh. This peak right here. You give it all the information it needs and it cannot figure out how to line it up. What's holding it up? So I'm going to Command Z until this multicam disappears. Gone. So now I think recording any clip that's 31 seconds needs to be called Z. Name it this way. 37 seconds is before the session was named. I'll put that as Z. Drum. Let's do camera angle. 36 seconds. That's when I reset it. We'll call this all Z. Wide angle. 24 minutes. 37 seconds. Zoom close up. 36 seconds. That's around when I did all of these. Nothing else is that short. So I'll go by name and do everything except those first little short clips. I'll right click, new compound or multicam. This is so nerdy. I can't believe I learned how to orchestrate all this nonsense. And I'm doing exactly what I said not to do, which is keep trying new things. Angle synchronization, automatic time code, content created, start first clip, first marker on the angle. No, all that's automatic. Angle clip ordering will be automatic, and assembly will be camera, angle, audio for synchronization, and I'm going to press OK. I don't know why I'm doing this live. Sometimes it's just cool to share this with you guys, you know? So, that's what I created. And now we will see Control Option 2 or 1. Ooh, that looks more lined up. That is buttery and smooth. I like that. Let's see. We'll go over here. Did we drop the piano angle? Okay, getting rid of the riffraff. So the audio should be recording before I press record on video. I'm gathering. What did I do with the piano mic? Oh, I was readjusting the angle of it. That audio streaming is so trippy sometimes. That seems pretty clear. Those seem all lined up to me. Damn, this computer's fast. Those seem all lined up to me. Everything's lined up. Did it actually synchronize all the things? How glorious would it be if it did? So there's another break. I'll put this here. It's all lined up. Oh my God. Okay, I'm going to try to remember those settings that I used. And I also got rid of the early clips that sounded like shit or were unuseful. Oh, that's a little off kilter. Might be close though. Let's see. What happens if I select this, use the position tool, and then one frame over? It's literally off by 1 frame. I'm not playing with it. Let's get over here. There's a big peak right here. Nope. There's a nice one right here. Again, off by 1 frame. I'm not going to mess with it. And there was a shot in the live stream where it says, movie recording stopped. It's pretty funny. Off by 1 frame, I'm sure. But it's got its own thing. If I try to mess with that, sometimes it gets even worse. That looks so lined up. Control Option 1. So, now we have a multicam clip. I'm going to grab this guy on the right corner. I guess you guys can't see that. Yeah, I'll bring that right there. So on the right edge here, you can just grab this and go up and down without misordering or desynchronize. So we'll go to the main project, and then we've got the audio V1 sync there. Let's go into this, and everything exists after the beginning of that video sync. Excuse me, the audio file. So we can go back into that project, drag and drop, bring it all the way forward, and remove that. So now what should happen is that, let's see, I'll double click back into this and make sure that the wide angle is camera 1, piano is camera 2, drums is 4, and the zoom angle is 3. That's how I did it live. So if I like this song, we'll go here, but if I press Shift Command 7, it shows me all 4 camera angles. So if I go to the beginning of a song and press 1, it goes to the wide camera angle, which I don't want. Oh, look at that fat booty right there. So I'm going to say go to video angle, zoom up, zoom in, close up. Let's go drums. Video angle goes to drums. And now the piano is camera 2. So now all I have to do is press 1, 2, 3, or 4 all of it's in there. Camera 1. I just learned how to do multicam in Final Cut. It's gonna save me so much time. So I like to do adjustments on every, 4 bars or 8 bars or whatever. So the last thing I'll show you guys is adjustment layers. I found some YouTube video a few months back. You go here, audio stuff in GarageBand, all bogus stuff. And then here are all the titles. Apparently Adobe Premiere and Windows Movie Maker and Sony Vegas. And DaVinci had a thing called adjustment layer. And to this day, Apple does not have an adjustment layer. So somebody coded their own thing. You have to customize it and install the plugin and everything. But you can see kind of the start. You can kind of see the start and stop of a song right here. Nope, I need to click that. And I'll bring the adjustment layer over here. I can't believe I'm showing you guys this stuff. It's so nerdy. Oh my god. And then I've created a preset over here that has a Cinestyle lookup table called a LUT. And then a wheel curve that I've already created. But when I drop that in, I think the V key is to disable and enable. Yep. Command Shift 7. We'll get rid of that. Get rid of this. And so this is just one little section of the whole concert. And I've already made a few cuts at certain sections. But let's say we go to this close-up. And I re-enable the color profile. It just, you can play with all the stuff and it looks great. There's all these other curves I've downloaded from the internet. Some of them are way too aggressive. I think they're more for 10-bit log footage or raw log footage. And so I just use, I kind of love the way those blues look sometimes. That one's way too much. So say I just put a little bit in there for this shot, maybe 0.5, 0.6. And I have this guy bringing the highlights down and the shadows up. But we'll zoom back in. And I'm just going to toggle it on and off a few times. It just looks so much better with a lookup table. Somebody spent years of their life figuring out how to do all the color corrections and get their style and their tone together. And the lookup table looks so much better than what I could come up with after spending an hour trying to tweak it. I'd take it too far. All the things would start to come imbalanced and fall apart, and it just looks so much better. Maybe the pastel blue thing isn't really what we need, but if you're going for that style, that's what you want. And I just went on some website and found free LUTs. Magenta too much. Cinestyle just always looks so good for these cameras. I think I need to brighten up the drum angle. piano. There's a little section break right there. I can go to camera 4, camera 3. Oh, he's got the mask. I can drag that cut to right there. And we're going to go back to camera 2. And I'm going to drag that just a little bit earlier. 1. Nope. I want to put that, leave it on the piano until just before. Let's see. Nudge is right there. Turn off nudge. So if I turn off the color correction, it's a lot flatter. And let's put CineStyle at 0.9. Let's give it 100%. It just looks great. CineStyle looks great always. So then I can zoom out. I'll take off the multicam preview. And now I have each song here. And I can just copy this guy. Wow, that sounds so trippy. All the way until he starts speaking. And then with the adjustment layer, you can open the opacity options. Zoom to the beginning. Create a 3-second fade or so. I'm just going to go to camera 1 right there. Well, why not camera 3? Yeah. Camera 2. And then at the ends, you go in, create a 5-second fade at the end. I think 3 seconds at the beginning and 5 at the end is kind of what I'm enjoying. A little longer than 5.
That was Mike Sailors on
right there.
That was Mike Sailors on the Robbins.
He talks so quickly after that I'm gonna let him say a few
Don
things.
Sheridan and Phil Spencer and Paul Schlaking. We're going to do a couple tunes now.
David's a great presenter. Anyway, you just copy paste these adjustment layers between songs. Press the R button for range, and it selects 6 minutes and 52 seconds. For this guy, send it to YouTube or Facebook or whatever. And this is my whole workflow for audio and video after every show. Hopefully, sometimes I get so busy I just do not even think about getting into it. But that's only 90 gigabytes. And I think it's pretty good. You guys have a wonderful night. Thanks for watching my nerdy nonsense. And I hope to see you Thursday for the Gil Del Bosque live streaming concert. I'm gonna end this bad boy. Well, let's end YouTube first. One viewer. And I hope to see you Thursday for the Gil Del Bosque live streaming concert. Inception. I'm gonna like my own video. Bad boy. Well, let's end YouTube first. If you go to edit video, does it tell you to... Where's YouTube Studio? Oh, I'm in YouTube Studio. Go to live. Live now. Ah, this is where it is. And we're going to end the stream.